Our generation and generations to come will celebrate and preserve our history as well as our heritage of different cultures. We will regard our museums, festivals, libraries, and heritage sites as important to our social and economic development and respect our national anthem and national symbols such as our flag. To access the full National Development Plan, visit vision2030.gov.jm or call the Planning Institute of Jamaica. Call the PIOJ at 876-960-9339. That's all we have time for today. Join us next time when we'll highlight happenings round about JA. Until then, I'm Joy Kelly with studio engineer Joel Samuels. Walk good. A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica's poverty rate has dropped from 16.7% to 8.2%. As the government's economic program begins to pay off, our country is heading towards sustained growth. We are building Jamaica. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is...
It's 5 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, October 7, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. Good morning to all of you listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, or 90.9. Thank you so much for joining us on your radio. We appreciate your company there. If you're listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. David Nebar is first in the YouTube chat this morning. Good morning, David. Hugh Donaldson, good morning to you. Ryder 40, top of the morning to you as well. Errol Townsend, good morning. Ines Campbell Murray, good morning to you. Roger Smart, good morning to you, Roger. Father Perry, good morning to you as well. Herman, Gene Sellis, Albert Morgan, Philip Jackson, top of the morning to all of you over there on YouTube. Michael Gopal, big up yourself. All right, if you're listening from our mobile app, available for free on the Google Play and the Apple App Store, that's Revo News. Go check it out. Morning to you on the app. And if you are listening or watching from our website, good morning to you. Yes, you can watch on the website. It's revonews.ai. So go on over to our website. You can read your stories. You can listen to the radio. You can watch our YouTube channel. You can also use the AI feature on our website. Yeah, man. Enough other things are going on the new website. So go on over there and check it out. All right. If you are, well, thank you to all of you making it Nationwide 90 FM. Good morning to the people on my TikTok live. I'm live on TikTok. It's Nora Gay Banton. Of course, you can just go over there and check it out. I want to say good morning. Good morning, Tasha, the lady who does my hair. She's on my TikTok live. Morning, Tasha. Big up yourself. Elmo, good morning to you as well. Who else over TikTok? Mr. Overthinker, aka Roger Smart. Big up yourself. Hermin, yo, the people on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Yeah, big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Yeah. Those of you multitasking, yeah, man, big up on yourself. All right, it's a Tuesday morning, which means it is... Oh, we take your calls this morning. At 9:15, you will hear Inside Customs, and then at 9:30, we will be having an interview with the Consular Queen. So we have a little jam-packed show for you this morning. So for the next 5 minutes or so, we will open the phone lines for you. We take your calls. If you have any consumer-related matters, you can give us a call now, or you want to wait until later. That's fine, whichever. Or you can leave your comments in the YouTube chat, and we will try our best to get to those as well. Just before I go into anything else, I want to say the the pothole that was on Tom Redcom. I still don't think that road is Tom Redcom too, but so them say Tom Redcom. That road that when you come off Oxford Road, you end up on it, and when you go left, you go onto Arthur Wint Drive. If you go straight, you continue onto Tom Redcom. Yeah, man, that road right there. So there was a hole in the left lane, and it is fixed. I drove past it this morning, and it is all covered up, smooth, and ready for the cars to go over. So thank you so much to the authorities for their swift action where that pothole is concerned. We thank you so much for fixing it quickly. Also, I don't know if it's completely fixed, but that hole on Hope Road, the last update I got was that there were some sandbags in it, to just create a smoother surface. I don't know if it's completely fixed yet or the sandbags are still there, but something was done, and whoever did that, thank you so much. Looking forward, if it is not done already, to the complete fixing of that pothole, because it is in need of attention. All right. And the hole on Spanish Town Road near the bridge has been fixed. So we're making progress. We're happy to see that these holes are not staying for a very long time. I would say that there has been improvement with fixing these holes as they arrive. We're looking forward to the NWC, getting on track with this. We're fixing after mashup. Yeah, with the NWC, I don't know if they didn't get the memo or they're not on the email thread, but NWC, yeah, man, you need to also get on track where with that, because NWC, you see Rona Seymour, NWC, wanna dig up. Please, I beg you, no. I want to now fix it back. Please fix it back properly, because I open to realize that is the entire road need for us repave, because there are not much patches of asphalt left in that area that you dig up, So NWC, when you're fixing around Seymour and the other roads in that region that you dug up for pipe works, yeah, fix it properly. Thank you so much. Looking forward to that as well. All right, beautiful. Also, last night, I believe, yesterday, there was a disruption in flow services in Mountain View and surrounding areas. I think we took some we did some advisories here on Nationwide that issue. I believe it is back up now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that disruption is sorted and fixed now. I think it was due to some construction work that was being done. So yeah, that should be fixed. If not yet, I'm assuming very soon. Lorna Davis is saying, my concern is the garbage in the town of Linstead. We did speak about this publicly before. We can bring it up again. Linstead town garbage collection, NSWMA. I'm not sure what is the arrangement in Linstead, but residents asking for greater assistance with collecting the garbage in Linstead town. Lorna Davis on our YouTube channel is saying it's there real bad. So the garbage in Linstead needs to be addressed, right? And You know, as I said the last time, excuse me, when I highlighted the Linstead issue, it's also the residents. Lorna says, I would like to hear from Mr. Audley Gordon or Mr. Mackenzie. We can't live like this. All right. So, Mr. Gordon, if you're listening, Mr. Gordon is usually responsive. Lorna asking about the garbage in Linstead. What is really the issue with collection in Linstead? Please, if you can address it. If there are some challenges, let us know so that we can hear it, because we like to have full transparency. All right. But as I was saying earlier, that the collection of garbage goes hand in hand with the proper disposal or proper disposal of garbage. So the town can look, cleaner if we are disposing of our garbage in a better way. So especially where there's a market, you see, instead of cutting the whatever you're peeling and throwing it down in the same place, or when you take off the dead leaf off of the cabbage, or you cut off the dead part them, or the part them off of the callaloo when not good, and we chop up the pumpkin and we take off the part of the pumpkin when not so good. Yeah, have something collecting that and properly tie it up and put it away. You see, if everybody do that, and all those who are going through the town disposing of their garbage properly, yeah, man, there might be garbage there, but it not gonna look as messy and nasty if we put away our garbage properly. It's a simple thing, I promise you. We're not short a garbage bag in the country. We know where to find them. There are dime a dozen. We know where to find garbage bags. We can get boxes and we can dispose of our garbage properly. It can be done. On top of that also, if there is a collection, if there's a lapse in collection, the NSWMA also needs to play their part in collecting that garbage. Because even if we dispose of garbage correctly, if those bags and boxes pile up, you're gonna have problems, because the rodents and the dogs and them are gonna start attack them. So, hand in hand, right? Good. We're gonna take a break now. After the break, you'll hear Inside Customs, and then at 9:30 we have an interview with the Consular Queen.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:16.
Me grew up and see my granny save her money under her mattress.
But at an old time something. That's where I save my money in the bank. And become a wife. Buy a little house, but also save in a building society. We have to be smart with how we save our money.
So, what if the bank crash?
Well, that's where JDIC comes in. Make I tell you something. With the JDIC Deposit Insurance Scheme, once you save your money in a commercial bank, merchant bank, or building society, your deposit is covered up to a maximum of $1.2 million per depositor per financial institution if the institution fails. All the information that you need is available at jdic.org, and you can follow their social media platform for more information.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
Welcome to Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, Country Above Self.
Welcome again to Inside Customs here on Nationwide 90 FM, a production of NNN and the Jamaica Customs Agency, where we talk about those important entities related to Jamaica Customs and their extensive work that are critical in bringing in revenue for the country and ensuring that businesses have the wherewithal to thrive and strive. Last week, I started a conversation with the CEO of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, Kelly Dawn Hamilton, and there were some strings left untied. We shall hope to tie them today in the time that we have. Kelly, good morning and welcome for coming back.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Excellent. All right, so let's get right into it. So, could you identify some of those some of those sectors inside the SEZ that are operational, and among those, which ones would you say are poised for growth?
So the Special Economic Zone Authority has a strong history with the global digital services sector, and that covers specifically business process outsourcing, knowledge process outsourcing, and all things tech and digital. Mm-hmm. And so we've seen tremendous growth in that space over the years. And it has certainly been one of our key sectors, critical sectors, and high growth sectors. Now we're also seeing quite an influx of companies that are interested and seeking to diversify their supply chain and stabilize their supply chain and ensure that they are hedged against any unforeseen circumstances, in the current dispensation. Now with changing policies, etc., countries and companies are looking for that stability. And so Jamaica provides just that. And so we're seeing an uptick in companies that want to use Jamaica as their nearshore location. And it makes perfect sense. I mean, we have about 20 shipping routes coming into the country, shipping lines coming into the country, and our flights, we have 3 international airports, yes. one coming in Negril as well. So the opportunity for cargo coming in and out of the country is almost a no-brainer for us. And so what we need is companies that are going to fill the bellies of the planes and that are going to send these ships back out with Jamaican goods. And so that is the opportunity that we're seeing for manufacturing, logistics, warehousing. We have a number of companies that have been knocking on the door asking us for SEZ warehousing space because they want to take advantage of the SEZ benefits and they need warehousing. So for companies that are building out that kind of space, looking into logistics, yes. the SEZ is that perfect opportunity for you. Yes. In terms of diversification of industry, I want to just share the opportunity presented through German Ship Repair. Yes. And this is a ship repair company that is doing dry docking services right out by Rockfort, yes. right? And that changes the face of what Jamaica has to offer. Yes. So now when ships are passing, they can stop and get their ships serviced and fixed, repaired. Right here in Jamaica, we have about 60,000 ships passing us. There is no reason why every single one of them shouldn't be serviced here in Jamaica, yes. creating employment for our country and, of course, investment and other opportunities. Because, where you have when you have a company or a sector developing, it's about the entire ecosystem around that and the services that will be supplied. And so this is where our MSMEs can take advantage. Remember, SEZ companies do not pay GCT, and so they are incentivized to purchase locally because they have this cost advantage. And this is where our MSMEs can take advantage of a company being SEZ. If you can't come in, you can provide services to Special Economic Zone designated companies.
Where the SEZ is concerned, one of the questions I reflected that I should have put to you the last time we spoke is this: how does the fact that Jamaica is an English-speaking country in close proximity to the United States, so language, the educational profile of Jamaica, even though we complain at home about literacy and so forth, not high enough, but how does the factor for the language we speak, the fact of the education of the people in business and people available to do business and our proximity to the United States make us attractive for persons looking for somewhere to enter an economic zone and do business from?
That is our key a major advantage for us. Our time zone, our English language proficiency are all key factors in what makes Jamaica that ideal location. And then let's face it, what makes Jamaica so unique and so in demand is our people. It's the heart of our country. Our Jamaican people, we work hard.
Yes.
When we work, we work. Yes. When we go on the field of play, we play. When we work hard, man, and we do it to win. And so, especially in the customer experience side, that's why in a sector like BPO, companies keep coming back. We are top tier when it comes to service. And so, all of these things come together perfectly to make Jamaica the place of choice to do business. Yes. And that's what we're seeing. Companies continue to come and knock on the door. Yes. One of the things I should share, which is a major opportunity for us that we're actively looking at now. So domestic companies currently cannot come into the special economic zone. And that was a function of base erosion and profit shifting. We didn't, when the legislation was established, we didn't want to create a situation where we were blacklisted because companies would then be able to move from the domestic companies that are paying taxes into the safety of SEZ, for want of a better term, but they would be paying less taxes. Yes. And so that principle is called base erosion and profit shifting. We have an opportunity now in 2026 where that timeline comes to an end. And so we are actively looking at where are our priority sectors, what are the opportunities for our domestic industries to come into the SEZ. And so we are actively working on that now to create opportunities for our existing players in the space. So SEZ, we get a lot of questions and our comments rather about SEZ being for overseas companies. That's not the case at all. SEZs, we want Jamaican companies specifically to take advantage of the opportunity. We will handhold you. There is no question that we won't answer, particularly with our partners at Customs. Customs has been the key driver in making SEZs work. And so we continue to work with them. I mean, sometimes the line between Customs and SEZ, you can't have one without the other, right? So they are our close partners, and we continue to work with them to identify and to help our companies to take advantage of the opportunities that exist.
Absolutely. So you predicted my next question. So that leads me to ask you, though, between 2016 and now, so 9 and 6/15, so 9 years since the 10th now, right? 10 years deep. Well, 9 plus.
Sorry,
so we're in the 10th. Well,
the 10th is 2026. Yes.
How would you characterize when you looked at the stated objectives of the special economic zone in 2016 and the incremental way you've been able to make improvements to the environment, the companies that you've added, the reputation that the SEZ has gotten over time, the development of companies in it, and the way the legislative environment around customs and other financial considerations are concerned in the country. When you take all of that together, how would you describe the first 9 years of this authority?
So the early years were rough.
As you'd expect.
I won't sugarcoat
as
that.
You'd expect,
They were rough because you didn't know how it would work practically. We had a legislation and now we had to implement. So, of course, there were teething pains. I am very happy to say that 9 years on, we're past that. I remember when the authority started, it started with what, 4 or 5 people, right? We now have a strong team of persons who are so motivated to help our clients to get to where they want to go. And the reason why we're so client-focused is because without them, there is no authority.
Correct.
There is nothing to move. So we get into the lives of our companies from the perspective of our job is to help you grow. And for starting at that from that viewpoint for us, it's a far cry from where we're coming from, right? And so to me, that is a great sign of success. The other sign of success for us is the growth of the company itself and the people who work in the organization, the young people who came in who never had a clue about where this would go and where their own careers would go. And, I'm talking about the people in my organization because without them, We have no authority. Without them, our private sector could come knocking, but there would be nothing to show for it. We have a program where we take our interns and we move them through professional development. We have an example now. My director of investment promotions and communications, he came in as an intern. So yes. Kevin Farquharson. So that is a big deal in terms of growth of the organization. It is about two things. One, how do we help our clients get to where they want to go? And more than help, what enabling environment do we need to create to do that? And two, for the people in our organization, how do we tool them to come out better Jamaicans, better professionals, and highly engaged and motivated to give back to our country, to work within a government space. It's not easy. Yes. It's not easy at all. Yes. I mean, for my colleagues at customs, we're quarreled with all the time. We get cussing, right? Because the space that we occupy as regulator dictates that there are certain laws that we must follow. Yes. But success, I think that the authority is doing a great job. The team has done a significantly good job in terms of getting us to this point 9 years later. Certainly we have more to go. Certainly we have our own vision of where we want to get to in terms of our application processes being online, things being more streamlined, more efficiency in our processes, and we will get there.
Right. And when 10 comes next year, you'll be here doing another interview talking about 10 years deep into the SEZ. Thank you this morning, Kelly Dawn Hamilton. All the best to you.
Thank you very much.
She's the CEO of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, and she stressed the very important and close partnership that they have with the Jamaica Customs Agency. This has been Inside Customs, a production of Nationwide 90 FM and the JSTA.
That was Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
Forget ordinary, think Liqui-Moly. Get a 15% discount on all Liqui-Moly oils and additives from April 25th to July 30th at all Burt's Auto Parts locations. Buy 4 or more Liqui-Moly engine oils or 4 transmission oils, you get a free LM40 all-purpose cleaner. But hurry up, the offer runs while stocks last and conditions apply. Forget ordinary, think Liqui-Moly. And remember, it hurts if you don't check Burt's.
Everybody needs a helping hand, somebody to understand. In the end, we're all human. For people living with HIV, no discrimination. Here to support them too. Respect you as usual. Got to protect them too. One of your friends or your family, somebody in your community. People living with HIV. Protect, accept, and respect people living with HIV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The judiciary of Jamaica is bringing the courts to you. The Public Education Day kicks off on Wednesday, October 8, 2025 at the St. Anne Family Court starting at 9 a.m. Then stay tuned as Cliff Hughes Online broadcasts live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. under the theme, Your Court, Your Voice, Building Trust Through Knowledge. Students and residents are invited to discover the free services your courts provide. On-site support will also be available from the Ministry of Justice, the TAJ, RGD, CPFSA, Jamaica Customs Agency, NIS and PAR, Hard Trust NSTA, Restorative Justice, and other key partners. Don't miss this chance to learn, engage, and access essential services all in one place. So tune in to Cliff Hughes Online, Wednesday, October 8, 2025 at the St. Anne Family Court. It's the Public Education Day. Catch us live on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, or stay tuned to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Judiciary of Jamaica, a world-class judiciary utilizing innovation and technology for efficient service delivery.
This Thursday, October 9, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Cliff Views Online is broadcasting live from the Urban Development Corporation headquarters on the Kingston waterfront. Join us as we celebrate Customer Service Week 2025 under the theme UDC, Making Development Happen for the People of Jamaica. Hear from UDC leaders about the projects transforming communities, the partnerships shaping progress, and the vision driving nation building. You don't want to miss this informative and inspiring event. So, tune in to Cliff Views Online Thursday, October 9 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're celebrating Customer Service Week 2025 with the Urban Development Corporation. Catch the live stream on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Norige Banton, and as promised, we will be joined now by the Consular Queen, Nordia Barrett Lewis, and we're joining Nordia this morning to talk about something that's been on the minds of many, especially in Jamaica here recently, based on the announcement coming out of the United States that visa integrity fee. Good morning, Nordia. Hello. Good morning. Is Nordia there?
Nora.
Okay. All right. Good. Hearing you now.
Yes. All right. So, yes, we want to talk about the integrity fee. It has been on the minds of many since October 1, 2025.
Absolutely.
Because that was a speculative period for it to begin, given that we were told that payment would begin on the beginning of the new fiscal year, which would have been October 1, 2025, leading up to 2026. So nothing has happened just yet.
But
okay, so the but in it is that there are agencies that are involved in this process. We talk about the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of State, CBP, that's the Custom and Border Patrol. People, that's when you come into the United States and they scan your visas. They are not sure how this intertwine will work. And of course, this payment, they don't know how just yet they will collect this. Of course, they are saying the intention is for it to be refundable, meaning after the useful life of that visa. So if you got the visa for 3 months, 6 weeks, 10 years, and yes, people do get visas for variations less than a year, and of course, you know, the popular 10 years. So after that useful life of the visa, if the individual uses that visa very well, didn't overstay, was not expeditedly deported, stay within the time frames given, they don't suspect that you may have been working, all those factors will be taken in play, and then of course they say that $250 will be refundable. But then again, it begs the question, why refundable when you're going to more than likely renew? So I guess that it would end up rolling over into your renewal process. That's something that you'd want to pay again. Because if you qualify to get back that $250, you are more than likely qualified for a renewal.
Now, you know, there's still so many questions about this fee. You just explained a little bit. You know, some persons are wondering, do you pay even though you might not get the visa? Is it that you're paying during the application process as you do with that $185 as it is now, or are you paying if you get the visa?
Okay, so like about 500 and something thousand people that have watched that TikTok video that I placed out there. That $250 is for approved applicants. If you're not approved, then you don't have $250 to pay. Remember now, the purpose of the $250, right? That's what your integrity is worth, they're probably saying. they intend for you not to enter the United States and just remain, or what we popularly call in Jamaica runoff.
Right.
This is to encourage you to return and to do everything that there is possible to keep your visa intact, so that at the end of that time frame you're able to get back your 250.
You know, a lot of persons have been saying online that if your intention is to run off, as we say in Jamaica, what is 250?
All right, then you want to beg the question, what is $5,000? Because there's also the plan for these undocumented or unlawfully present individuals to pay $5,000 somewhere along the line if they decide to remain and then choose to have their status sorted out. So that is something else that is on the table. So $250 at the embassy is a small fee. $5,000 here is going to be a bigger fee. So of course they're looking at before you enter and after you enter. So it's not like they're only looking at one side of it. They're looking at the back side of it as well, because they know that people are definitely going to remain.
We were having a conversation yesterday about it, and persons were talking about the fact that, you know, after you pay that money, you wait 10 years, you collect it, and I think you alluded to it earlier. Is it that you can leave that 250 for the next time? Just say, all right, keep my 250 then until I reapply and possibly get back a visa, or you have to take the refund, or it might increase. Well, we can't predict that, but what's the status there?
I would say from an immigration and from a consultant point of view, I don't want to say that's kind of a short-sighted view of things. And it is short-sighted because almost every person that you see standing in that line outside at some point or another going to be petitioned for. At some point or another. Some may come and remain. For others, family members are going to send for them. You probably don't know, but the Kingston Embassy is one of the busiest
I can imagine
there in the Caribbean. Yes. So these individuals are going to be here at some point, and this is why I am going to move back into the visas to say to you guys, the focus is so much on 250, and maybe now you're thinking about $5,000 if you come and run off, but I want you to focus on also that nobody talks about is the fact that you have to pay that waiver fee when you lie on that visa some time ago, and then somebody petitioned for you, and now you're about to get through, but you can't go anywhere because you now require a waiver for that fraudulent documentation or the fraud that you spoke about on the paper. For some people, they were married and they knew they weren't. They happened to get through or not get through. No, this is a backlash for them. So 250 is small compared to what they have been paying, even for persons who have fought in grade 10 in high school, and they have now gone to the embassy on an interview just for the purpose of migrating, because the migration interview is a little bit deeper.
Right.
And when they ask you, have you ever, and when they get really deep into it, and then you recall that, yes, I am now 42 years old, but at 12 years old, I remember when I hit a boy with a chair in the classroom, and guess what? You're sent for that document. You're sent either straight back to the jail, straight back to the courthouse, straight back to the school to get the document. A document like that you cannot find and will not find, right? But here what? The embassy isn't going to be satisfied with it. And then you're going to need a waiver. Attorneys charge a heck of a fee for that. And also we're talking about that fee alone with USCIS just to clear that waiver. You're talking about somewhere over $2,000 because you're looking at two different waivers at once. A 601, a 212. And the people who need the waivers know these numbers and types of waivers that I'm speaking of. So when we kind of sit and talk about the 250, it sounds a lot. It sounds major, and it is. But there are bigger things happening out there. There are bigger payments that are being made out there.
Yeah, and finally, before I allow you to give your contact information for persons who may need further advice from you, for persons who are applying for visa or have been applying for visas since that announcement, we are hearing that they're not yet seeing that $250 payment. Is it that it's not yet effective, or because persons are still paying the $185?
It's not yet effective. It is not yet effective, and they should be paying no service providers this. Like you have heard that is not yet being collected. I've heard that there are service providers that are already collecting this from their customers, and this should not happen. They are still figuring out how these U.S. agencies are going to work this fee, because remember now, if they're talking about monitoring while you're inside the United States, the Department of State does nothing of that sort, right? You're talking more on the Homeland Security side of things. If you're talking about going back to renew your visa, we're talking about Department of State. Now again,
right.
So like they're able to see when you travel, how you travel. Even you, Nora, is able to see that. They are trying to have the system so intertwined that they know that the people have paid, or they pay the right place, and the right people are getting to monitor what needs to be monitored. So until they have that fixed, there's no effective date going forward.
Okay. All right. So, well, if you want to catch that 185, you want to go now. You want to go now. And how can people get in contact with you? Persons who want to book consultations with you and so forth. Let the people know where they can find you.
Okay. So the contact number is 470-593-8448. That's 470-593-8448. Or if you need to book online, that's www.barrettimmigration.com. That's www.barrettimmigration.com.
All right, that's the Consular Queen there. Thank you so much. All the best as you get an influx of customers now and clients trying to get your assistance with all these immigration related matters. And until we chat, all the best to you.
Much blessings to you, Miss Nora.
All right. That's where we are going to leave that interview with the Consular Queen, Nordia Barrett Lewis, talking to us there about the visa integrity fee that should be coming into play very soon. It's not yet in place, so it's still $185 at the moment, but we're expecting that to change soon. So if you want to catch the $185, as I said before, go on and apply for your US visa now. All right. And if there are any agencies charging you for that $250, putting on no extra money, telling you that the integrity fee, do not pay it, because they won't be paying it either. So take them and take your money. All right, good. We take a break. When we come back from the break, if you have any consumer-related matters, you can give us a call. The numbers to call, 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4 and 618-8255.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
The judiciary of Jamaica is bringing the courts to you. The Public Education Day kicks off on Wednesday, October 8, 2025 at the St. Anne Family Court starting at 9 a.m. Then stay tuned as Cliff Hughes Online broadcasts live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. under the theme, Your Court, Your Voice, Building Trust Through Knowledge. Students and residents are invited to discover the free services your courts provide. On-site support will also be available from the Ministry of Justice, Services, the TAJ, RGD, CPFSA, Jamaica Customs Agency, NIS and PAR, Hard Trust NSTA, Restorative Justice, and other key partners. Don't miss this chance to learn, engage, and access essential services all in one place. So tune in to Cliff Views Online, Wednesday, October 8, 2025 at the St. Anne Family Court. It's the Public Education Day. Catch us live on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, or stay tuned to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Judiciary of Jamaica, a world-class judiciary utilizing innovation and technology for efficient service delivery. Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We are taking your calls for the remainder of the program, just about 10 minutes or less. So we're going to go straight to the phone lines now. Peyton, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I have been back and forth with NWC for a while, to the point where my employer is saying, I don't know, you probably did something wrong to somebody there. It started like this. They read my meter. No, they read my neighbor's meter and gave me the bill for 60,000, which was a confusion. Luckily, I know how to read the meter. When I told them they did this mistake, I emailed them. Then when I emailed them, they said they're going to rectify it and tell me my new bill. They cut off my water, then give me the right bill and tell me I need to pay that bill and the reconnection. Fine. You know what? I did that.
Okay.
But after that, I realized I wasn't getting any bills. This was in the time of COVID. So I keep messaging them, doing online, say I'm not getting any bill. But although I wasn't getting any bill, I paid the normal amount that I usually pay. This went on for over 2 years.
What?
Then, right before the amnesty last year, I just got a bill one time, 100,000. And I went in and said, what is this? Oh, this is what he owed us. I'm like, but I keep asking you guys to rectify this. Did you come in? You didn't allow anybody to come in because it was only the elderly. Anyhow, they said, I have to pay it. I said, I can't sign 100,000 one time. But after back and forth again, doing the right stuff, they said, here what? We're going to put you on a payment plan. I said, okay. They did a contract, put me on a payment plan, and I have been following the payment plan. I am without water today again because they sent somebody to cut off my water. And I am not even going to talk about the time that they just come randomly in my yard and dig up my lock off. I don't have a lock off.
They just took it out?
They just took out the first one, said it was leaking, didn't put back one. I had to put in one, and then they took it out again. And when I said, are you going to put back the lock off in my house, in my yard? We'll look about it.
Over what 2 years? Which 2 years weren't you getting a bill?
So it was last year I got that bill for 100,000. So it's 2 years before that.
So 2023 and 2022.
Yeah, over. So it's a little bit more.
So you didn't during that 2 years when you weren't getting a bill, you didn't go into the office to ask, or you were sending emails and.
I was talking to their customer service rep online, and I was messaging them. Now the thing is, they said, the customer service online, we don't have any information for that. I don't know how you are running a company and you have an online service and it doesn't register at all. I'm getting the situation now that there's all the parts in NWC don't communicate.
So at this point, you are at now where you are on that payment plan for the 100,000, but they still came to cut off the water.
Yes.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand how there are persons who are not paying and their bills keep going up and them running up the bill, they're running up the bill and they're running up the bill, and their water never cut off.
Never.
Until they rack up a huge bill and then they have to benefit from an amnesty. How comes the system does not flag those persons? And it happens too for light, you know. Certain people, some you don't pay your bill, them come quick, cut off the light. But you have people who are running up light bill how much in months until them rack up a huge bill. And there's no cut off for them. I cannot understand how our utility systems work in that way. Now you have a man here, wasn't getting bills for 2 years. Nobody in NWC don't realize that this one customer, and it's probably not him alone, but not getting a bill. Him email, him communicate online, him call. No bill, 2 years. Not the fault of the customer. He continues to pay what he usually pays on a monthly basis. And then you just braps. All of a sudden, you find back him account, somebody realize he never get a bill, and him just get $100,000 bill. Saying that he owed. No, there's no, he can only take your word for it, you know. Because he wasn't getting any bill, so him no see no reading, him no see no nothing. We must just take it from NWC, say yes, him owe 100,000 and he must pay it. The man want him water, so him say, alright, I will pay it. Put me on a plan. You put him on a plan. Him on the plan, him paying faithfully on the plan, and you cut off the water? Like, I don't understand. I just cannot understand how our utility companies work sometimes. Like it's a sometimes system.
Yeah.
Only for some and not for others. And it's usually, you know, the paying customers who suffer.
So here I'm home, daughter home, and nothing cannot be done. Water off, and it's the persons that they send don't even knock on the door because my wife is home. There's a contract here. Could be explained? No. She thought that water went away because the person was running, lock off, run off. Contractor.
So there's no communication with the customer when you come to lock off water?
No, because
that's not how it works?
No, it doesn't look that way because...
Oh, it's a thief in the night kind of vibe. You're running and lock off and run away before anybody see you.
Because it was my neighbor when I came in the night after work said, oh, I saw an unmarked T that just pulled up.
Unmarked?
Yes. And just jump in, turn off the thing because it's a special tool. So obviously he was working with NWC because that cannot be random.
Yeah.
It's at the meter, turn off. And he said the person just jumped out of the car and gone.
NWC, you have a paying customer here who has gone through much frustration with you, but is still willing to pay. Even though he not get no bill for 2 years, you give him a random $100,000 bill one time, the man is still willing to pay. The man is paying, and you still cut off the water. NWC, I put to you that your energy is placed in the wrong places. I put to you, NWC, that you're placing your energy in the wrong direction. People out there, I use water where them not pay for months. You can't find them though. But the man is here willing to pay his bill. I want to cut off the water. Stay on the line. Give Michelle your information. NWC, fix things. and place your energy in the right direction. That's all the time we have for the Consumer Hour this morning. We're going to make way now for Cliff Hughes Online.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
This Thursday, October 9, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Cliff Hughes Online is broadcasting live from the Urban Development Corporation headquarters on the Kingston waterfront. Join us as we celebrate Customer Service Week 2025 under the theme UDC, Making Development